Hi, welcome. My name is Jennifer Short. I'm going to be turning this 2015 Hobonichi Techo into my captain's log for 2026. So one of my viewers told me that I could use the 2015 in 2026, and they are absolutely correct. You can. I took off some of the stickers that were on here. It's looking really rough, as you can see. And I eventually will rebind this and put it into a leather. I'll rebind it in leather, and I'll show you what that potentially will look like right here. Okay, here's one that I've done already, and so I will do that to this one after I'm done using it, because if it grows and it gets bigger and everything, then the binding will be different, and I don't know if I will use stickers. I don't know what I'll do, but I want to have options, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is for now. I think I might put something pretty on here, and I have some surgery to do inside, so there are some pages that were used, if I can get to them. And so like all of these pages were used, and I want to be able to use the full week or full month of January, but pretty much the whole month of January was used already. So I'm going to do some surgery and fix that. So let's just start there and see what happens as we go. I have rubber stamps. Well, they're not rubber, they're polymer, but I have those. I have some pretty paper, and I have some scissors so that I can fix this so that I can use it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in December, which is here, because there's all this paper here that isn't going to get used, because I prefer to have like this here to use for my captain's log. But since I don't have that, I will, I think I'll use the month of December as my January. It's looking like I might be able to do that if I do some surgery. So I'll just leave these pages here. I might tape them together so that I don't like flip to them. But I think if I take this page out and put it here, then I will have January 1st, and then I'll do the 2nd and the 3rd, and then I think I have all of the rest of the month. Okay, I'll need another page for here and here. So, okay, so I'll need 2 pages. Not a problem. I have these 2 pages here that I can use because they don't have, I think this one has, yeah, so I have these 2 right here that I can use that I'm just going to do it. So I'm just going to cut them out. Oh, be brave. All right, be brave. Everything's going to be okay. There we go. And I still have this little flap here in case I want to add something there. And now I have these 2 pages. Okay, so let's go back to the December one and see what we can do here. Okay, so I need some tape. I don't see any washi tape, but I do have some gaffer's tape, which will work for now, I guess. Okay, so none of these, none of that. All of this is going to be, but I will need a page here. So I think from here to here, and I should be good. So I'm just going to tape this off a little bit because I don't want to be confused by it. So I'm just going to add just a tiny little bit of tape. So I'm excited that I get to use this finally, because using it as like the Hobonichi, I just couldn't get into it for some reason. But I'm going to tape these off. And I will be able to remove this later and do something nicer with it. But for now, I don't even have a paper clip right now, so we're just going to use that. Okay, and then, all right, so I need a page here. So I shall use this one here. And I think I will just glue it down. I have some Elmer's, so I'm just going to glue it down. Okay. Well, that's not quite right. And let me do it this way. It's still not perfect, but it's still, it'll work, I think. Okay. Okay. So I will be able to write my 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will just, draw a line here, and then I'll have enough room to do January. I won't have as much room as I want, but it'll work. It'll work. Everything's going to be all right. And then I can put, I don't know what I want to put here, but I don't actually need to put anything there because I have plenty of space to write. And then I'm going to, I'll stamp these. I'll white that out and stamp it with numbers so that it's going to look a little Frankensteinish, but it'll work. It'll be patchworky, but it'll be okay. All right, and then, so what should I do with these two? Should I just glue them together? And then add another page, or should I put this on here like that? Oh, too many decisions. I think if I cut this part off, I can have the dates up there still. So I think I'll do that. I should have done that one on the other one. Oh well, we learn as we go. Okay, and then I can just cover it like that. And then I have a writing surface. I think that's going to work. So I would like to add it like this so that I have a page. Boom, boom, like that. Maybe I should do that. I think I'll just... I think what I'll do is I'll just cover up the writing underneath and just glue it down. I think that'll be... maybe not the most elegant way to do it, but it's going to work for my purposes. And I don't like these little boxes up there, so I'm going to cut that off too. So there we go. All right, I think that's going to work. And I can line up the boxes, and it'll line up, and it'll go through a little bit, but that's not a problem. Okay, and then make sure everything is covered that needs to be covered. Okay, so that patch job worked. I think it'll work. and then I don't have to redo the numbers. And then I need another sheet. Okay, so what can I use? I could use one of these, but I don't really like that. Is there some blank anywhere? You guys are probably like telling me exactly where to find what I need. Let's look back here. That might work. I think that's big enough. Let me just use that. This is original Tomoe River paper, so I'm very excited to use this because I love this paper so much. And we're not gonna worry about this mess. We're just gonna call it a beautiful mess and leave it alone. Okay, so that one's done. I wonder if I can peel this back. No, it's on there forever, which is fine. No problem. Okay, and then right here, this is where we need this. Oh, it's a different color. Oh well, it's a different color. That's fine. We're gonna go with it. This is my own personal book, and I only have to deal with this for like a day, or the day that will be writing on it, and it won't bother me. I don't think it will anyway. Okay, yeah. That will work. I'm gonna cut this part off. That little white border, which you probably can't see, but there's a little white border there, and I'm just gonna cut it off. So, there we go. And I'm using this glue because I don't want the pages to wrinkle too much, so I'm just trying to use like the least wrinkly glue I can. And then I'm just gonna add this on here. Just patch it up. Okay. All right, so that will be my January. And I have some stamps, so I'm gonna stamp January on here so that it's really clear to me that it's January. And I have number stamps, but I don't have them here, so I will stamp it later, and that way it won't bother me, and I won't forget what day it is. Okay, where's my stamps? Okay, so I have these stamps here, and I have these stamp pads. I think I want to do the turquoise, but I'm not sure yet. And just move that little mess along. Okay, there we go. So we have January. These stamps are sold in my shop, so if you want them, there'll be a link below, but certainly you don't have to have them. They are super sticky. And let's test it. I'm going to test it on this page will do. That's pretty bright. I can do second generation. Let me try another ink. I think I like that one better, so I'll use the darker blue. And let's get back to January. I don't think I'll use these appointment things, but maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't tend to do any planning like this on paper. I use my calendar app because it's coordinated with everybody that I need to coordinate with. So, okay. If I put it, I need something underneath here so that I can stamp it right. I think that'll work. Okay. And right here. January. Yeah, that works nice. And I will put January here too. Can you hear it stick to the page? It's like super sticky. So I have a whole plan for all the different journals and notebooks that I'll be using next year. And this is my captain's log, which is a non-emotional way to document my day and the things that happen. And if anybody were to read it, I don't think I would be embarrassed. It's not a journal where I process emotions or anything like that. It's just a captain's log. And I really enjoy it. I like it a lot. I like this way of doing it, and I do it every night before, or in the evening, but before I go to bed for sure, I'll get it done. And it's been really nice. And I know when I look back on these later, because I don't throw any of my journals away. So when I go and look back on it years from now, I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that. It'll be a nice little memory jogger. Okay. And here we go. I need a page here, I guess, because January does have 31 days in it. So I'll find another piece of paper and I will patch that page up so that I can use it. There must be another one back here somewhere. Something that I can use. Graph paper, okay. Oh, here's a piece. How about this one? Yes, I will use this one. And I'm cutting it out, not tearing it out, because if I cut it out, I might damage the other page that's connected to this one, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just cutting it. Okay. Let me make that nicer because it's not very nice. Okay. And then get back to here. So I had even given this to Julia to try to use, and she also had a hard time with it because it just wasn't, I don't know, the Hobonichi style that's super artistic and really beautiful and so inspiring. I just couldn't get into it. So here we go. Yeah, that'll work. I'll just cover that. I'm going to peel this off a little bit though, because I want to remove that later. I wonder if I could, oh no, it's tearing the paper. This is pretty sticky tape, so probably not the smartest thing for me to do. Okay. I wonder if I could just use this tape to hold them. It's cute little bunny tape. Nope. That's been stuck there for so long that it's not gonna. That's a big fat no. Okay. Hang on. I do have a paper clip. Okay. There we go. And the whole rest of the year is completely clear. I don't have any pages I have to patch up. So I don't know if any of you have notebooks that you never used and you just hang on to them for whatever reason. I bought this because I was inspired to, and also I tend to buy notebooks that get popular because people often ask me, will that fit in the A5 or the B6 Slim? Will that fit in, whatever notebook that I happen to sell? And, leather journal covers and everything. So I get asked often if something would fit in there. And I don't know because I don't own one. So I'll buy them to test them. And then I have to find uses for them because sometimes I'll use them, sometimes I don't. Okay, and then here's February. So there we go. So that should work. Okay, so problem number 1 has been averted. Now, what can I do to make this better? It's like peeling up. And it's kind of not cute. So I have a couple of options to make it look better. The stickers did not want to come off, but I did get them off. Okay, so I have this stuff here, but this is not it. So that's going to be a no. I also have some pretty papers, and I kind of want to use this one, but I was like, maybe I might want to use the dark one as a cover. But I think I'm going to use the lighter one. That's more my style. I just now looked over to my right and I see some tape. My desk isn't even that messy. I don't know how I missed it. All right, so let's get a nice cover on this, and then I'll set it up into my leather system that I'm going to use for this. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, I'm just going to put this on here. I'm going to leave that tape there, and I'm just going to butt it up against there, trim this out, and then I will have a perfectly functional cover. The back is fine. I don't care about the back. Just the front. I don't want to see 2015. I have a hard enough time remembering what day of the week it is. I don't want to be confused about what day of the year it is. So I think I can line this up right here. And then I'm just gonna mark it really, really well. And then I will cut it. I don't have a paper cutter here, so I'm just going to cut it by eye and with my little scissors. Hopefully I do a good job. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing a captain's log, which is this one. And then I'm going to be doing a junk journal. I'm going to be doing a prayer journal. And I want to do a catch-all. And in the catch-all, I think I'll have a second journal in there that's also going to be for the first time, because I've noticed that there's a lot of things that I've experienced for the first time, and I want to write them down and remember the first time I did something. So I think that's fun. All right, I'm going to use, doesn't that look nice? I think it does. I'm going to use this spray adhesive because I don't want the paper to warp. I want to cut that off just a little bit more. Just a little bit straighter. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use this. I need to put some paper down. Because I don't want to get this everywhere. There we go. And then line it up. There we go. It's like having a brand new book. Okay. Just a little bit off. Which, there we go. That's pretty. It's kind of got like a little bit of a shimmer to it. So it's really pretty. And it matches the overall vibe of the ivory colored Hobonichi. And now I have January ready to go, and then I'll go right into February, and the whole rest of the year is just clean and ready for my mess. So that's exciting. This is, I will find a better way to do this, but there we go. All right. So what I'm going to be using on here is, and I have to cover something up because I don't want to see it. I don't like it. I don't want to see it. And when I will put a patch on it later, but this is a number 5 Emma in the Austin collection. I've had it in my office for a long time, just sitting there doing nothing. So I'm going to use it for this, and the A5 fits the Hobonichi perfectly. And it fits it perfectly because I designed it that way. But there we go. Look at how pretty. So pretty. And then I'll be able to put like stickers and whatnots over here. And so that'll be nice. I can add a pen holder. So one of these, this is the prototype. You can get one of these sliding pen pockets, and it has a place for stuff. You can put it on a string, or you can stick it in a pocket, which is what I'm going to do. Hang on, there's something in there. Oh, it's this guy here. Okay, well, I'm not going to use this guy right now, but if I wanted to, I could. So I'm just going to stick that in there like that, and then put my pen in here. This is a 51A by Jinhao, and I really like writing with these pens. They're very smooth. I like them a lot. I at first wasn't sure about them, but now one of my favorite pens. So there we go. It's in there like a glove. I have room to add more stuff in there if I want. If I want to add another insert in there for some reason, I can. But that is such a nice looking addition to my lineup. So I'm really excited to use that. So, all right. So, Operation Save the Hobonichi is complete. Thank you for joining me in this process. And I'm really looking forward to using this 2015 Hobonichi Techo for 2026. I hope that I do it justice. I believe I will. I've been very consistent with my current system, so I really believe this is going to be great for 2026, and I get the joy of using this beautiful paper, and yeah, I'm excited. So thank you so much for joining me while I did some operations on my Hobonichi here, and I will be doing another video showing my ecosystem for 2026, and so you've already seen this one, so stay tuned for that one as well. All right, guys, I hope you have a really, really blessed and wonderful day. Remember, God loves you, and so do I. Bye.